College has a reason to celebrate tonight. Culver-Stockton's Tri-State Development Program received the 2023 Engaged University Award of Excellence from the University Economic Development Association. The program collaborates and connects with community members about economic development initiatives. Started 18 months ago. Members say while it's an honor to receive the award, the community impact matters most.
To be chosen as the winner was extraordinary. It just really highlights the fact that regardless of the size of an institution, it's really the commitment that matters. And Culver-Stockton College is certainly committed to the economic growth and prosperity of this region.
And Culver-Stockton was a finalist along with Virginia Tech and the University of Texas at Dallas.